Alright, hey guys, how you doing? We're back, and we're taking a break from Dazra and Shattered Space, and we're gonna do some other things. So first I wanted to show you guys some things regarding Darkstar. Some pretty cool stuff. So I wanted to show you that, and then I'm probably gonna do an outpost. I won't make you guys watch through all the building of it. In fact, I'm just going to build one thing there. And it ties into Darkstar perfectly. In fact, it's based in Darkstar. And then I'm going to show you a new skill. Not a new skill. Two new mods that I have. That I will show you how they work after we get done with looking at the Darkstar stuff. So, what I wanted to show you guys is that in Darkstar, I think I showed you guys this, that you can upgrade your weapon to a Mark III. And the Mark III is just a little bit more powerful, and it actually is a particle beam rather than a ballistic or a energy weapon, which means I need to upgrade my particle beam damage. Anyways, once you do that, I've got a lot of these weapons that are Mark III already, but the thing is, you need what's called a particle core. And how you make a particle core, we're on Parima 2, by the way. This is the main docking place for Parima 2 with a vacation spot. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So first, weapon crafting. Now, when you get to a certain level, you can start doing weapon crafting. And I can make all these different kinds of weapons. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this with the Beowulf. I'm going to take you through the Beowulf from start to finish. So first, we can create a Beowulf. So we're going to create it.
Use of resources.
So now we have a base Beowulf. And then what we can do is we can go to this where it says Darkstar Weapon Enhancement, and we can go to that, and what we can see here is now that I have a Beowulf, you see in the upper right hand corner, I need a Beowulf to do this. And the Beowulf Mark II allows me to put the tier that I want it to be, meaning from basic to relic, I can create a Beowulf, granted that I am the appropriate level. So we're gonna see how far I can take this. I don't know if I can go to relic with the Beowulf, but we'll find out. So I'll create this. Now I have a Mark II Beowulf, and then we can go to here and we can go to Vile Weapon Crafting. And this is a Mark III, which is more powerful even than Mark II, just by a little bit. But you will notice in the top right-hand corner it says point dot or period weapon particle core. So I need a weapon particle core in order to get it to the Mark III to make it a particle weapon. So how do you get a particle core? Well, you make them. That's how you get them. So what we do is we go over here and we go over to, see, they got regular research. We're not going to do, this is not where you get the particle core, but this is where you do your Darkstar research. And I have already done all the Darkstar research, which requires, a lot of it requires getting the legendary of the particular gun or armor that has that legendary on it. And then you put the what's called a codex, which is like the legendary stripped away from the equipment or weapon, and you use it. As you can see, it says required materials titanium build codex. So when you strip a titanium build codex off of a titanium weapon, then you do the research for this. It only costs 1, and then you can make as many as you want, or you can buy them. And then you have that legendary that you can put on anything. Now, as of right now, the only weapons and armor that you can do the Mark II and the special legendary stuff for Darkstar is the vanilla stuff. In a couple of weeks, there will be a major patch that'll be for all your patches. It'll be, I think that's how it's going, is just one patch for Darkstar that'll cover all the stuff that goes along with the patches for Darkstar. And then, anyways, what I was saying is how you get a particle core is you go over this. See, that says research, that says legendary crafting, this says industrial workbench, and this says resource crafting. So what you want to do is you want to go to resource crafting. And the legendary matrix, you need a legendary matrix in order to make a legendary. And these quantum harnesses are used for all kinds of stuff. And these quantum rig hab add-on is just things that you can make with Darkstar outpost stuff. Now, the kiosks can be very helpful. Anyways, what we're looking for is here, particle core. Now, there's different ways to make a particle core. This one, if you look in the top right, it says I need a Nova Light and 2 quantum harnesses. That's one way to make them. And then I can make it strictly with materials if I want to make a particle core. I can use a Varun star shard to make one and 2 quantum harnesses. I can use a Varun inflector and 2 quantum harnesses, or I can use a Big Bang and 2 quantum harnesses. So that's how you make a particle core. Particle cores have multiple purposes. So that's one purpose that I showed you already to get to the vial weapon crafting, right? So we have our vial, we have a particle core, so that means that we can upgrade our Beowulf. So we're gonna do this. I got 1 Beowulf, and I got 7 particle cores, so I'm gonna make this, and there we go. I got it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade my weapon, right? So we go over here. This is the weapon workbench. This is the spacesuit workbench, and this is the codex. This is how you strip the codexes off of the items. So you click on that button. It says transfer weapons and armor. Yep, we want to do that. You're gonna have to. It starts over in the codex section. I don't know why, but you can go over to your inventory and choose whatever you want to put in there, or your. Well, I think I can do this. So I think I have something. So I'll show you how this works real quick. So that one's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't have anything that's gonna work right now. But basically, you put it in here. You go over. You put in your weapons, because all these I've already done this for. All these legendaries I've already done this for. So I've already made my own unique equipment. And then you press this button right here where it says Codex Machine Activator. You click it, and then right here where you see this is where it pops out, right? You put it in there, you click the button, and then it pops out here. Sometimes it takes a while if you're doing a lot of items. It can actually take quite a while. But then you get your codexes in the middle, and the armor on the right, and the weapons on the left. Alright? So we got our particle core, or we got plenty of particle cores. And how many legendary matrices do I have? I want to see. Legendary Matrix. I don't see them. These are codexes that I already have stripped off of other things. So I can put these on my weapon without having to make one, right? Because I have extras. Because I don't use them all, so I only use some of them. So some of them I just have extra. You know, I can sell them if I want, but I got them if I want them. So I don't know why it's not showing the legendary matrices. Maybe it's aid. No. Alright, anyways, I don't know if I have any legendary matrices. We're gonna find out real quick. So we're gonna go to our... Where is it? Here it is. The modified Beowulf. And we're gonna do our standard improvements on them with our weapon skills. Our in case you don't know this is really basic, but in case you don't know this, I'll show you. If you go to your skills and you go to science, after you get 4 in the top part, should be easy to get. You have your weapon engineering and you have your spacesuit design. This is how you customize your weapons. I have these both maxed out, and I go for them very quickly because they are so useful. You will find yourself using it all the time to upgrade your weapons. You have to do the research in order to be able to make those upgrades. Like here, I'll show you. For the research, it's the same for equipment and weaponry, but for weapons, you see this? Ammunition, barrels, mods 1. Barrels, mods 2. Grip and stock, mods 1. Grip and stock, mods 2. Grip and stock, mods 3. And so on and so forth. Now, the further down you go, the more you have to unlock stuff. The more perks you need for your skills in order to do the research, right? So once you got the research done, then you can, if you have the mats, if you have the materials, then you can upgrade your gun, right? So what we want is, I'm going to try this red dot, and the reason being is because I have tried this one, and because of my concealment skill, it means that I have an automatic chameleon. I don't know what you call it. It's like a skill. It's a skill, but it can also be a legendary for a armor or jetpack or helmet. I don't know if it works for the helmet, but I know it does for the jetpack and for the armor, right? So the problem is, when I do the overlay, I'm in chameleon, which means you can't see my gun, which means you can't see where the middle where the gun is aiming. You can't see from the scope because everything looks invisible. Anyways, so we're gonna try the red dot. Hopefully that works.
Good to be sure you are getting the best performance.
Muzzle, unless I really need something else, like muzzle brake, yeah, can be okay, but I am a stealthy guy. I always am. So I almost always put on a suppressor. Sometimes I don't for shotguns and other things like the Kadoma, but most of the time I put a suppressor on. And with this particular weapon, I usually like the burst armor. That's usually the one I like. yeah, you lose a little damage, but it fires 3 bullets at a time, which means that if it's automatic, it means that if you hold on the trigger, because of the recoil, it's going to go up in the air. It's not going to stay in the center. So that's why I like burst fire, because you fire three rounds and then it resets to where you were aiming, and then you can fire 3 rounds again. That's why I like burst fire. The skin is not that important, but it is if you care what your weapons look like. This actually looks really cool. I probably am going to go with this one. That one's a little too wild. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Doesn't fit the gun. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Freestar Collective. Green skin. Varun. Jungle camo skin. The jungle camo skin is kind of fitting for this weapon too, I guess. Neon skin, Omega Black. That looks good too. There's a lot of skins for this weapon. Purple, red, Ryujin, snow camo. Snow camo looks pretty cool too. Tiger skin, United Colonies, water camo, wood skin, yellow skin. So yeah, I do like the carbon fiber skin the best for this weapon. For this weapon, it just seems to fit really well. Alright, upgrade module. I have not picked up any upgrade modules, I don't think. So those are ones that you pick up off the ground or certain places. I just haven't found one yet. Legendary rank 4. So this is the cool thing with the quality, right? So the quality is it starts off standard, and then it goes to refined, and then it goes to calibrated, and then it goes to advanced, and then it goes to, I think, superior, and then it goes to exceptional. Now that's for the base game. But the thing is, we're not playing the base game. We're playing Darkstar. So that means I have... Now there would normally... So I can't do a relic leveled Beowulf. That's the one right after Unrivaled, right? So Unrivaled is the highest I can go. And as you can see, my fire rate is 120. And the physical damage is 153, and the energy is 102, right? Or 157.3, and the energy is 102. So I'm going to go to Unrivaled, obviously, because that's the best kind. Now here's the other thing, is that I can add any legendaries I want on here, right? These are all ones that I already have in my, that I own. So all the ones that you see that are in the top right that it says it takes one of them, this is what I can, that means I can do it. So for this particular gun, because I have all the research done, I have access to these other legendaries that are not in the base game, like Darkstar Agent, which is probably what I'm going to go with for this weapon. So as it says, look, Darkstar Agent's Wit. 10% damage against humans. Damage increases as health decreases. Right? So that's that one. Rank 2, there's a agent for this one too. Darkstar Agent Mark 2. Darkstar Agent's Foresight. 15% damage while aiming volatile rounds, which means that they are more powerful, but they fail on occasion, right? And 3, same thing. Darkstar Agent, rank 3. Take 15 less damage from Starborn. Every 4th shot fires 2 projectiles at once. Premium build materials. So that's good for a skip shot. Or, I'm sorry. That's good for a burst shot. it's good for automatic too. It's not as good for manual. But I will say, I've been looking for a weapon that has a. I think there is a weapon that does this, but I can't remember which one it is. When you do the burst fire, it fires 4 at a time, which means for every time you pull the trigger, 5 shots go, and it just every time it's even like that. Every time 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, which is an extra 20% firepower every time you pull the trigger, right? Now they got these other ones that are better, but I don't have the resources to make all these. Quad mag can be useful, especially for mag weapons. Darkstar Scout. Anyways, you get the picture. There's Ultra Rapid is also really good. As you can see, it increases my firepower to 186, which is pretty fast for this weapon. Anyways, we got all our standard ones. So we're going to make our Agent 1 and Agent 2 and Agent 3. So I can make this one right now. I can make this one right now. I can't make this one. Why can't I make this one? I need a titanium, and I need a dimensional codex, and I need a skip shot, and I need legendary matrix. Alright, so I need legendary matrix first. I have to make some. How many can I make? I can make plenty. So I'll make 6, because every time I click this button, it gives me 2. So that should be enough, I think. So what do I need? I need titanium. This one. And skip shot. And titanium. And then I can go back up here now that I made all the codexes that are required for what is the envoy? I don't know what that one is, but I can make 2 of them. So before I do this, scout, spotter. I'm gonna make a scout, and I'm gonna make a spotter. Which one? Which one did I need? Scout and spotter. Now, where was it? Envoy. So both 1. Okay. Spotter. I need empty codex. Alright. Empty codex and legendary matrix. And as you can see, if you really want to min-max, it's going to take you quite a while to get all the mats, to get everything up to par so you can get the best stuff, right? a spotter. And then we will see which one is better out of the two, the Envoy and the Agent. We'll see which one is better. Okay, so legendary. The Agent is 10% damage against humans, and damage increases as health decreases. And what was it? The Envoy? Why can't I find the Envoy? There it is. Alright. Message. Damage increases versus full health targets. 10% damage versus humans. So I like this one better because it's more offensive. Let's go to the second one. 10% damage, 15% damage while aiming. Volatile rounds, more firepower. 25% fire rate, which is really good, and negative 40% fall damage. You know, the fall damage is actually really nice because with the jetpack that you have for Darkstar, you can get really high really quick, and it's really easy to injure yourself, so you're always going through, you know, immobilizer with aids, so that I am actually liking the Envoy better so far, on both of them. I thought I had the Agent 3. Did I not make one? Anyways, it says 15% less damage from Starborn every 4 shot, so that's like a skip shot. And then the Envoy, 15% less damage from robots, which is very mediocre. Small chance to demoralize the target. Okay. So for the first two, I really like the Envoy better. But for the third one, I like the Agent better. I need to make an Agent. Number Agent 3 from the codexes.
You seem to have a knack for that.
Alright, so really, I don't know. It's pretty up in the air, honestly, which one I want. They both have extra... They both have extra firepower and defensive capabilities. Not really wild about taking robot damage away. I mean, that's like, why robot damage? You don't see a whole lot of robots, but you do see them. I mean, sometimes you do. So damage increases versus full health. That's really nice. 10% damage against humans. That's the same. 15% damage while aiming. And I'm almost never going to fire this weapon without aiming, so volatile rounds, which means more firepower, and 25% fire rate. That is huge. Especially on a burst weapon, and the 40% fall damage, so I don't have to go through the annoyance of hurting myself by falling. And the third one, agent every skip shot, which is essentially every fourth shot fires 2 projectiles at once, which is essentially the same thing as increasing the firepower by 25%. I mean, they're very close. Really the biggest difference is the demoralizing the target and the demoralizing for that one, and Starborn and robots, and the fall damage. So yeah, I'm gonna go with what I originally picked, the agent one.
I hope you find that change to be more effective.
Okay. So there we go. We're almost done with our upgrading our weapon. We have one thing left to do. Yes, you can change the rectile. You can change what kind of weapon it is, right? Or you can change well, on this one, you can change the projectile, you can change the rectile, or you can change the core. Now that's what we're interested in here, because as you can see, my damage goes up, right? So if I choose this one, the range goes down quite a bit and the accuracy goes down, but the damage goes way up. And this one is a moderate bonus to energy damage. The accuracy goes up, the range goes up, the mass goes down. This is like the basic one. All you need is a particle core. This one is harmonizes the beams, the particle beam's resonant frequency, slightly improving accuracy, range, energy damage, and critical damage. A balance of amplified and degaussing. So this is a balance between these two. That's what it's saying. And really, I think what I want is the degaussing, because let's see, this is 238, 290. That is quite a bit better. And this is 321. Yeah, the only thing is this is kind of expensive when it comes to materials. So see, this one only takes 2 particle core, and this one takes 4 particle core. The question is, do I really want to sink that kind of resources into one weapon? I'm kind of thinking I don't, so alright, we got our new weapon. Let's check it out. Let's check out the DPS on this thing and see how it compares. So the DPS is not bad. It's not the top DPS that I have. In fact, it's not very high compared to some, but it's not bad. So the thing I like about this mod is if you click on the L3 button on the Xbox controller, see where it says weapons, that little arrow right next to it in the top left. Well, if I press that again, it goes to quantity. If I press it again, it goes to damage. If I press it again, it goes to DPS. That's what I wanted to look at. So the highest DPS is this, and that's only because it fires 2 shots at one time, and you can fire 4 shots very quickly because it has a fire rate of 200. The problem is the magazine is not very big, and I had to roll because this doesn't have the Darkstar stuff that you can do to it because it's a mod from the creations. This is by Bub200. Still an awesome weapon, even though it doesn't have the Darkstar stuff, which is just amazing. So then this, my sniper, this does not have a particle core on it. So I could put it on and it would even jump higher in damage. But I'm kind of holding off on that for the time being. Pretty soon I will be able to make my this weapon a relic in the next level that I get. I'll be able to make it a relic, which will up the damage. So then it'll be more powerful. And this does have a degaussing particle on it. I put it on because this is one of my favorite weapons from the base game. It's just, it's an amazing weapon. Now, granted, with mods, you can get even better weapons than any of the vanilla weapons. But as far as vanilla weapons go, this is a really good weapon. And part of the reason for that is it's so steady when you aim. It's like steady as anything. So, alright, anyways, we're gonna do this. Let's do this. Sorry guys. Oh, did I just drop it? Yeah, I just dropped it. Alright. How do I do... There we go. Alright, so what I wanted to do is compare this weapon to the AA. So the AA has higher damage, less range, not by much, but a little less range, less accuracy, less fire rate, and it weighs more. But they both have the agent. They both have the agent codec legendaries on them. So I think now that I think about it, because I already have one with the agent, I'm going to redo it. So I want to keep the agent. So now I get to show you guys how this works. So the Beowulf, I don't want the agent on this one. I could do the envoy on the other one, but I don't. I want to keep the agent on the AA99. So then I put it in there, and then I click this button, and then I do this, and as you can see, the codexes come out, and there's my weapon, right? So now that I have my weapon, it doesn't change any of the modifications I made to my weapon when I put it through the codex machine. But it allows me to redo the legendaries if I want to. So I do want to redo the legendaries, so I wanted to do the envoy for this one. Alright? Oops. Okay, so my pistol is my #1 spot right there. And I got my specialty weapons over on this side. And pistol is where the default is. My shotguns, my big cannon, hand cannon, my AA-99. And then what I think I want to do is... yeah. Okay, yeah. The Beowulf has better range, so then I'm gonna have to move the hard target. And where is it? And the Lumi. Lumi. I love the Lumi. It's an amazing weapon. Alright. So let's see. I don't think I've ever shot this weapon before, but I wanted to see kind of... it is dead steady. I mean, there is no movement whatsoever. So that is really nice. Now what I wanted to see... okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. So what I wanted to do here is... okay, that's already a red dot. Where's my hard target? This just allows me to be able to see better when I'm camouflage or when I'm chameleon. Hard target, that's the one I really was looking for. Okay, so how much money do I have? How much money do I have? I have... okay. Because the mod I wanted to show you is really interesting. And... I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and that is buy everything. Alright, so actually I didn't want to do that, so I'm gonna have to load. Oh boy. Did it seriously not save before then? I just wasted so much money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut it off here. I'm gonna go back to my exit save, and I'm going to do all the stuff that I showed you before, and then I am going to come back and show you guys something else. So, gonna have to cut it off here and come back. So, okay, we're back, and that didn't take me very long, but this is what I wanted to do. So, I wanted to go to buy to the resources, and then instead of pressing the button to buy all of it, you can go through each one of these and do it separately. So that's what I wanted to do, and I misclicked. So I want to buy all those. I want to buy all those. I want to buy all those. And not buy anything else. So I still have 45,000 because I sold some stuff. So I think I have enough money now to show you the next thing that I wanted to show you. First, let me drop my stuff into the ship. I almost never use grenades and stuff. I think I can probably drop some of these. Particle grenade doesn't do much damage. I think what people have told me before is that it's more of an AoE thing, that you get them to move rather than it actually being a way to deal damage, because they'll run away from the grenade, so they'll get out of cover and stuff like that. I don't need don't need both of these really. Okay, anyways, I'm wasting time. Now what I wanted to show you is that I can buy something from the resources, not what I already bought. I can buy not the codexes, but the quantum rig. And there's 3 here. See, they're very expensive, but they're like a hub. They're like where I am in Porima. It's all that stuff, and it's a place to land your ship, and it's a place to upgrade your ship. Very useful. So these are both very similar price. This one's a little bit more. And this one actually gives 500 power to your outpost. But I'm not going to be using that. So I think I'm going to go with the Plexus. And I'm going to buy Kiosk. Alright. So now we're gonna do an outpost, right? Where do we want to go? Probably... Before I do that, I want to sell some... How many do I have? I don't have very many. I mean, it is a decent amount of money, I guess. So I'm going to sell my survey data to Vladimir.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to escape. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Let us see how Vladimir is faring.
Hello, Captain.
That anomaly. Never regret it come. You've tipped my ear. Raise the thoughts with you later.
Okay. Aha, I remember that time. I think I pretty much got it down now.
I hope you're having a good day.
Hey there! How is everything?
Good, good, thank you. Alright, let's go make a base. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, almost no time, making it, but so we probably want to go here, maybe? Gravity. Extreme environment. How is it an extreme environment? Can I not make a base here? Alright, we'll go here. This is a place that has good resources and alright. Did nothing to my shield. Merchant. And where are you? Oh. Equipment module schematic. Sweet. Awesome. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty cool. Module for my ship. Alright, let's see. Doesn't really matter that much.
Always good to keep the location
Alright,
of the
let's
ship
see.
in mind when suits are required.
Go towards the mountains, usually where there's a change. That's where there's more than one mineral. Aluminum and helium. Aluminum and helium and beryllium. Oh, there we go. That's nice. And that's good enough, I guess. Alright, so this is what I mean. You go to Darkstar, and you go to Plexus. And I can put it wherever I want. Where am I? Where's my little person there? There I am. Alright. And this can go all the way up in the air. I don't know if you can see that or not. goes in the air, and then you can actually set a button that you press that'll just appear you right above there. So that's what I want to do. Alright, let's see. Build mode. And we want to do Darkstar teleport button. Appear right here, and I'm above everything, as you can see. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So what I wanted to show you is that I have all that stuff at the Prima 2 place at this station. So I have my weapon crafting, my weapon enhancement, my vial weapon crafting, and my ammo crafting. And then I have my spacesuit, my weapon workbench right here. I have this thing that has all the stuff that you would want with stuff I showed you before. And I have a pharmaceutical lab, and I have a cooking station, and I have a pharmaceutical lab, and I have Darkstar armor crafting, Darkstar armor enhancement, Darkstar apparel enhancement, and Darkstar apparel crafting. And comes with a kiosk right here, and right here I can sell stuff too. And so that's it. I have all my stuff. Now that's not all it has. That's not even the best part. Well, I don't know if it's the best part, but look. See this where it says Shroud? What is Shroud? That's the ship part. Tayo, ship part. Darkstar, ship part. Demos, ship part. Hope Tech, ship part. Nova, ship part. Weapons, shields, etc. I can turn these off or on. If I hit the green button, then it's on. If I hit the red button, then it's off. So I want these off. I want the demos on. Darkstar on. And all these on. Alright. So what this is, it's a place to build and enhance your ships. So I can build and enhance my ship here. Ships. And then I can even buy ships here as well. So they have some pretty good ships here. I still have to get the achievement of having 8 ships. I haven't had 8 ships all at once yet. So I need to do that at some point. And I don't think I'm going to buy them. I think I'm going to take them over in piracy and stuff like that. So, yeah. That's, you got your part filter instructions. You got your Darkstar channel log 2.0.1. And that's it for this one, guys. Well, thanks. When we get back to it next time, we will, there's a bed right here, right? That's nice. So when we come back, we're gonna finish. We're gonna do the next ranger. Get her back to her job because she's been following me for this whole time. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.